Hey everyone, this is Tim from Your Six Studios. Today in the studio, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to fix when your PlayStation 4 won't turn on. So let's go ahead and jump the video right now. Now I have multiple tips for you guys on how to fix your PlayStation 4 when it won't turn on. Now the first and most obvious one is to check all the cables on your PlayStation. So go ahead and make sure your PlayStation 4 is turned off by simply holding down the power button, just like that. You'll hear one beep initially, and then you will hear a second beep, and then there won't be any lights on the top of your PlayStation. And what we're going to do is just double check all the cables and leave it unplugged for approximately 30 seconds to a minute, and then plug everything back in just in case there is a problem with one of the cables where it's simply not plugged in all the way. So let's check our power cord right away and unplug that. It'll be this one at the bottom. So unplug this one. Here, here, and here. Perfect. Now my PlayStation 4 is completely unplugged. And do the same thing on the back of your monitor here. Make sure your HDMI cable is plugged in securely and is not kind of unplugged a little bit where it's not getting a signal. Alright, so let's plug everything back in now. Just like this, get my HDMI cable plugged back in. Also my power cord. And the PlayStation 4 power cord needs to be firmly pressed in. Make sure it's making a good connection right here. Alright, so everything is plugged back in. Then here is the back of my monitor / TV. Check your HDMI cable and just make sure that's plugged in correctly. Boom. So this is looking good. Let's go back over to my PlayStation 4. Now, another thing that you could do to turn on your PlayStation 4 is if the power button isn't working, you could go ahead and grab a disc. So I have a copy of Battlefield 4 right in here. And what I could do is try to insert it. And as you can see, when I went ahead and inserted it, my PlayStation 4 went ahead and turned on. Now, you don't need to go ahead and put it in all the way, but you could if you wanted to. And my PlayStation 4 went ahead and turned on here in the background. Now I'm going to turn off my PlayStation 4 once again. And you can turn on your PlayStation 4 very easily with your controller if the power button is broken also. So if you press and hold down the PlayStation button or just press it once, when your console is turned off, it will turn on. So we'll give it a few seconds to completely turn off. So I see it's in rest mode. Let's press the PlayStation button. And my PlayStation 4 is turning on. Now this one may be a little bit easier, but make sure you have the right input selected. So on the back of my monitor, I saw that I was on HDMI number 2. And I want to make sure I'm on the HDMI input number 2 on my monitor. So if I go to input right here, then I have a selection between HDMI 1, HDMI 2, and the display port. Make sure you're selecting the correct HDMI. It should be labeled on the back of your TV where you have your PlayStation plugged into. If you don't have that correct, it's just going to be a black screen just like this, and nothing will display. Now this one may be one of those more obvious ones again, but make sure your power strip is powered on. As you can see, my light is on here. And make sure you have everything connected down here as well. So I see my PlayStation's plugged in. There is a lot of wires and cables. And sometimes you may be having an issue with your power cable. So you may want to go ahead and plug directly into your wall outlet right there. So here's my wall outlet. Try directly plugging in your PlayStation 4 to this instead of your power strip. If that light isn't on, that means it's turned off. So flip the switch and it should turn on. And also make sure you run your PlayStation 4 into rest mode. So make sure there's no light on the top here. And if there is, just go ahead and hold down the PlayStation button when your PlayStation 4 is turned on. You'll hear one beep and then you'll hear a second beep like 10 to 15 seconds later and your PlayStation 4 will power down. Go ahead and use this USB cable and plug it directly into the front right here. Then the other end into your controller. And we will need this to operate this safe mode menu. So this is plugged in. Now, when there is no lights blinking whatsoever, we're going to go ahead and hold down the power button. You'll hear one beep initially, and then about 10 seconds later, you will hear a second beep once again. So we'll hear a second beep. Perfect. Now our PlayStation 4 is in the rest mode. Take your controller, press the PlayStation button, and now you can operate the safe mode menu. Now, if you do not see anything displaying right now, we'll have to move on to the next step. However, if you do see something on your screen, you may have a problem with your resolution on your monitor. Maybe your PlayStation 4 is set to a different resolution than what your monitor is capable of displaying. So if you go to change resolution and go to OK, go ahead and set your resolution to what your TV is, or just set it to automatic so it can actually detect it. Otherwise, nothing will display on your screen whatsoever. And let's say you're having a problem with this TV and there's still no resolution, etc. Go over to a different TV and try it out. You may be having just a problem like with one monitor, but you won't have a problem with this other monitor. But on the screen you can set it to automatic now. As you can see, just select the automatic. That is probably the best in case you're switching from this PlayStation and then you go to like a hotel and you're at that TV or something. If you have too high of a resolution, it may not display on that TV. Maybe it's a 1080p TV and you have your PlayStation set to 4K. Well, there's going to be an issue. Now I'm going to turn off my PlayStation once again, and we're going to go ahead and try launching our PlayStation 4 without the hard drive plugged in and see if anything comes up. So remove this side panel right here. Just go ahead and easily take it off. So just like this, should just pull off without too much force. Now I can see where my hard drive is, located here, and we're going to unscrew this little bolt, and this will come off really easily. Set this to the side, and then just pull out your hard drive, just like this. You don't need to pull out all the way if we don't want, but this is what the PlayStation 4 hard drive looks like. Now press the power button and see if your PlayStation 4 has some kind of display on your screen. The light bar is lighting up, so we can see the PlayStation symbol on the screen right now. We'll see what happens when it actually launches here. Alright, so this came up right here. Cannot start the PS4. Cannot access system storage. So since my hard drive is not in, we can't really play at all. So let's go ahead and turn this off and put my hard drive back in. And put the screw back in here. Now the last thing you can do is, you can open up your PlayStation 4 completely, remove the covers, and then clean it out completely with compressed air. And this will just go ahead and spray out all the dust that's inside. Maybe there's some dust on the components and your PlayStation 4 just won't start because of that issue. Now, you may have a problem actually with bugs getting inside your PlayStation, like little ladybugs, cockroaches, ants, etc. And you're going to go ahead and remove those dead bugs from your PlayStation. So go ahead and watch some cleaning tutorials online on how to open up your PlayStation and how to clean it properly. That may be your issue as well. But if this video did indeed help you out, go and leave it a big thumbs up. And subscribe to my channel down below for more tech help videos coming up next on YourSixStudios.